So what is Bitcoin and what does it have to do with blockchain? In this video, I'll give you a quick and high-level explanation of exactly that. So let's get right into it. Almost everybody has heard about Bitcoin by now, mostly because of its rise in value over the years. And most people associate it with speculating on the price going up and making money. But the reality of what Bitcoin is and why it matters goes far beyond that. The reason Bitcoin was created wasn't to make money, but to become a new form of money, a new currency that exists only on the internet. And the amazing thing about it is that it's completely detached from banks or any other authority. You don't have to be a bank customer and you don't have to ask for permission to open an account. Anyone can use it, and it doesn't matter if you live in Africa, Europe, America, or China. It doesn't care about borders, so it can go anywhere in the world at any time. As long as you have an internet connection, you can send and receive Bitcoin transactions. So Bitcoin is not controlled by anyone. There's no company, there's no government or authority that is behind Bitcoin. It's completely decentralized, so that means that there's no central authority. And this is what's so groundbreaking about it, because before it there have never been any currency without such a central control. On top of that, Bitcoin is also digital, and almost everything in a digital world is highly duplicable, which means that it's really easy to make a copy. So what stops me from duplicating my Bitcoin, or what prevents others from using my Bitcoin? And that's where blockchain comes in. Bitcoin is this digital currency, a digital cash that we have online, but blockchain is the technology that makes it work. Basically, you can think of blockchain as a digital database where you can only add things, but you can't remove things. So with Bitcoin, blockchain is used in order to track all transactions. Whenever a transaction happens, it goes into this digital database and nobody can remove it from it. So meaning there's no way for me to really cheat or duplicate my Bitcoin, because the blockchain will keep track of all the Bitcoin I ever received or sent. So there's no way for me to claim that I have more Bitcoin than the database says I own. So simply put, blockchain is this digital database where you can only add things and not remove them. And with Bitcoin, we put all transactions into that database. Now let's go a bit more into detail. To understand how this works, we first need to talk about this network of computers. Because when we talk about blockchain, we need to understand that it's really just a network of these computers. Each computer in the network has a copy of the entire blockchain, meaning that every computer has a database with all the transactions in it. When people talk about blockchain, they often call it a ledger, meaning the database with the information in it. So every computer has a copy of the ledger and is tracking every transaction on the blockchain. As soon as somebody wants to make a Bitcoin transaction, all other computers will look in their own local copy of the blockchain, their own copy of the ledger, to verify if this transaction makes sense. Does this entity own enough Bitcoin to make this transaction? So if I come into this network and say, hey guys, I have 1,000,000 Bitcoin that I want to send somewhere, all the other computers will check how much Bitcoin was ever sent to me. And if it's less than 1,000,000, they'll say, hey, you're lying, you never received 1,000,000 Bitcoin in the first place, so there's no way you can have that much Bitcoin. And my transaction will simply be ignored by everyone else, so my transaction will not be confirmed. The last thing we'll add to this is the fact that most blockchains are a public ledger, which means that the blockchain databases are completely open to the public. Anyone can take a look and verify every transaction that ever happened. So if you want, you can start running your own Bitcoin computer and you can download your version of the ledger and you'll be able to see all transactions that ever happened and also verify new ones as well. And that's why they call Bitcoin a public ledger. So now you know the basics of what Bitcoin and blockchain are. And to summarize it for you, blockchain is a digital database where you can add things but can't remove them. And for Bitcoin, it's where all the transactions are stored, making Bitcoin a digital currency that works on the internet that anyone in the world can use because you don't need permission to get access. And a network of computers working together makes this whole thing possible. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about crypto and investing in it, be sure to subscribe. And if you have a specific topic you would like me to discuss next, let me know in the comments below.